Welcome everyone to a casted game for Age of Empires 4, and today spawning in the northwest corner of the map, playing in blue, we've got Beastyqt, playing as the Abbasid dynasty. And battling against them today, spawning in the southeast in red, we've got loueMT, playing as the Rus. Welcome everyone to Dry Arabia. Oh boy, it's good to be back on Dry Arabia, and I hope you guys are having a great morning, good afternoon, or good evening. And it's the Battle of Beasty and loueMT again. It's a cracking battle, of course, and two civilizations which, well, they've been with us since the beginning of Age of Empires 4, but they've kind of trodden different paths. Wait, okay, I was about to say, where's that villager off to? He's going over to build his second hunting cabin. The Rus have had a bit of a rework. They do actually gather gold from when they take deer meat, rather than actually killing the deer as such, which is what the bounty system used to be. But what's kind of cool is that the Abbasids now at the moment, I say cool, but for a lot of people they're kind of a little bit enraged by it, a little bit upset by it, but the Abbasids have come to the fore really heavily with the eco wing. It's an incredibly strong way to play as the Abbasid dynasty, getting multiple town centres. 2 seems to be the optimal, 3 seems to be a bit of a meme at times, but they can make it work, and it's all coming down to the fact they get this really important upgrade called fresh foodstuffs. 35% cost reduction on the villagers means those, the food can be made into army as well. It's a huge bonus for them, right? Though 35% doesn't sound like a lot, but the economy goes so smoothly for them. On the other side of things, whilst the economy for the Abbasids are very much orientated around food, for the Rus it's all about wood. Getting access to wooden fortresses or even the Kremlin can bolster the wood gather income for them, and it's a pretty powerful way to play. We used to see a massive meta into mass archers in the feudal age, add in some knights, and it could be a real pain in the backside for any adversary. But also we do see the horse archer play in the castle age. This matchup is a really challenging one for the Rus, I feel, because if you wait to the castle age, the Abbasid dynasty economy is going to be going absolutely bonkers, right? So it feels like actually as the Rus, you're up against it. I think actually, to be fair, with most civilizations going up against the Abbasids, you're kind of up against it. It's just, the question is, what tools can you use at your disposal to cause mayhem and damage to the Abbasids, and how well can the Abbasids defend? And it's going to be the Golden Gate landmark. Interesting choice here for the Rus. Sometimes we see that as part of a fast castle. Sometimes we see it as part of a second town centre. I just feel like going second town centre as the Rus to try and match the Abbasids is always kind of a losing act. But we'll have to see how he decides to play this. Either way, would like to say a very big thank you for everyone who's been supporting the channel. You guys are absolute legends. Thank you. And if you would like to keep up with RTS news, like new games and things and whatnot, I have got a new channel on YouTube. It's called, what's it called again? Strategy Games Central. That's it. Strategy Games Central. I'll leave a link in the video description. It's worth checking out if it's something you're interested in. I'm obviously going to be keeping just this channel for all Age of Empires 4 content. So, yeah. Take a look if you're interested. Either way, it's going to be the economic wing for the Abbasids. No real surprises there, of course. Venturing out to Stone, looking to get a second town centre. Now, the question of where you place that second town centre is an important one. I guess against the Rus, where they can actually have some good feudal age presence, it makes a lot of sense to place the second town centre very close to home. The wood line all being on one side is really awkward, actually, I've got to say, for Beasty and the Abbasids, right? So probably wants to get a town centre here, maybe, because he needs to protect the wood lines. If the Rus, for any reason, decide to attack this location on the right side, it becomes a really strategic nightmare for Beasty, right? Because the next wood line here on the west side is very small and it's very far out. So certainly I think there is one option for the Rus here to tackle this Abbasid dynasty today by focusing on the right side. And that's something very important in Age of Empires, the map generation. It really is key. It just changes your strategy, changes your approach. And I think the angle of attack here for Louis has got to be on this right side. The question is how much damage you can do, especially going up against the 2-town centre Abbasid dynasty. We'll have to watch and wait. It looks like actually, is it just the one scout that loueMT's gone for? Interesting. So, curious decision, because, do you have the opportunity to make more scouts from the hunting cabin, but loueMT actually not deciding to do that today. Certainly curious choice, so perhaps probably not many professional scouts either. Oh, can he snag these sheep? Just a little bit too late there. Alright, the villagers move. Wait, he's not got stone for a town centre. That's 8 villagers. Is he going for the boar, maybe? Well, no, he can't, because the boar are on the edges of the map. There's one here on the west side, one on the east side. Uh-oh. as Beastie spot, this is going to be a tower rush. He's going for the wooden fortress rush. Oh, I absolutely love this build. I used to do this actually. It's pretty crazy in early stages of Age of Empires when it was released, but he's doing it now. I haven't seen this build in a long time, this strategy in a long time. Wait, where are the villagers? Wait, where have they gone? I've lost them. I'm sure they'll pop up soon, but there they are. Highlighted. And yeah, the second town centre will be built in time, and it's going to go closer to the wood line, but it's an awkward one, right? I mean, we talked about it earlier in the cast, right? If you're loueMT and the Roos, where are you going to target? It's that right side. Is Beastyqt going for a 3 town centre play? Okay, he's definitely going to be going... Yeah, he's not going to be doing that now. He's mined a good amount of stone, which will, to be fair, help him to get some arrow slits in terms of a tower defense, but this is going to be an awkward situation for him in terms of wood gathering. That wooden fortress is in a prime location, and there's no way that can be stopped, especially with the knight involved. And ladies and gentlemen, we have got a wooden fortress rush. Beastie going to be having to... he's going to be having his defense tested. Got to say, though, Beastie's probably one of the best in the business in terms of defending. We'll see how he manages to do it this time. Bear in mind as well, this wooden fortress not only acts as an outpost, but it's going to be able to boost up the wood income for these villagers. And instantaneously gets arrow slits, as well as the castle tower upgrade queued up. Going around the right side, but there's a knight, and this is going to be a problem here for Beastie. He doesn't really have a safe wood line. He probably will get the outpost up in the end, but he will lose a villager doing so. He has to bite the bullet. And he's managed to garrison inside, but a lot of idle time caused as well. He's only got 1 extra villager to show for all this as well, so this is a great timing here for the Roos. And the pings of attack from the wooden fortress is going to be annoying for Beastie as well, just playing the game. Definitely interesting opening here today on Dry Arabia. He's added the stable, of course. That's where he's getting his knights from. The kind of cute thing about this, or I guess cute, but the main thing about this is about the fact that map control will be there for the Roos. He's going to be able to get these deer camps, the boar, whatever he wants, really, because, Beastie's going to be hell-bent on trying to defend this push coming on through. And I wonder if he's going to get a secondary tower. That can be... Yeah. He's going for production buildings instead. Yeah, archery ranges for loueMT. And we talked about it earlier on the cast. This is something that the Roos have done really well. Like, the wood economy is so strong, you can pump out a lot of archers very quickly. It's hard to deal with as the Abbasid dynasty, because once you've got a critical mass of archers, even up against counter units in terms of horsemen, you need a real big mass of horsemen to deal with it. So he's going to add in some archers of his own, camel archers in fact. And I don't know how I feel about this. This army composition not going to be... It's tough, right? Because you need so many resources for horsemen, and you need a large number of them to dive a mass of archers. That'll undoubtedly be popping out soon for the Roos. Double archery range production, and yeah, he's going to go for the deer camp. Going to build a wooden fortress as well. I love it. He's not taking any risks, right? He's being aggressive, but he's not being reckless. Because a horseman for Beastie, if you're playing as the Abbassids here, you want to be trying to pick off reinforcements, maybe do some eco damage, and loueMT, he's wise and he's aware that could become a problem. The great thing as well, the wooden fortress houses more, capacity to garrison inside. 8 spaces available. That's perfect if you're going for a boar. It's just as good if you go for a deer camp as well, of course. And 2 knights going to challenge that gold. I'm kind of curious to see why he's on gold actually. He's going to go for upgrades potentially. Maybe that's his way to try and fight this army across, just to have a better quality of army. Iron undermesh is going to be key, I guess. And that's going to dive on in. Going to take out one of the horsemen for sure. But it just do now need to back away. And the problem for Beastie is that he's got none of the resources on the map, right? Like, the Roos have got the deer camp. It means the Beastie's going to have to get some farms, which is, again, a heavy wood investment involved in that. Granted, the cost of it is not as big as it would be for other civs. 53 wood, but it's still a lot. Knights on the wood, on the gold line there, taking a villager. And he's having to cancel production structures being built. Going around the north this time. This is such a good staging ground to attack from on the right side. Army being produced right on the front lines. Oh no, Beastie's going to lose a couple of villages here for sure at least. The knight's charging on through, gets a good charge, picks off 2 villagers. Oh, yeah, there we go. Snipes the last one on the retreat. Now, this outpost achieves quite a lot actually to stop the push around the back, but this wood line is getting dangerously close to this outpost, so he's going to have to relocate eventually. The villager lead is starting to build up though for the Abbasid, so if he can hang on for the next 10 minutes, maybe he could be in a good spot, but 10 minutes is a long time to hold on for. Especially with the army that's here. Now Steeled Arrow coming in for the archers for the Rus. Yeah, Knights will tank. Now the Camel Archers do give a bit of a debuff on the Knights, right? So Camel Arnese is really powerful here. It gives a reduction of 20% damage on those Knights. So we'll be able to clear this out. I imagine Beastyqt is going to have to pull away those Camel Archers if he can, because he's trying to focus this down, Louis. He won't get them in the end, I don't think. He will get a couple of horsemen for these troubles. The Knights are pretty tanky here, as we can see. Yeah, he's going to get a scout as well. It's a good trade-off in the end for Louis, I think, in the end. I mean, he's got only 2 Camel Archers. Not enough to do significant damage. It's really just about the Camel Arnese. Now, Louis has got a blacksmith. Is he going to go for siege engineering? That's always an option to try and get some rams. It's quite nice for them because of the wood economy is being so strong. You can see all these farms being placed down now for Beastyqt. That's a lot of wood investment that could have been for units, but he has no choice. He's been forced into that position by the Rus aggression today. Alright, looks like Beastyqt's going to try and break out with a couple of horsemen. But of course, loueMT does have the wooden fortress near the deer camp, so he should be safe and secure. Means that Beastyqt's got less to potentially defend with. But he's got to do something. He's got to put some aggression on the map. Villagers now, they spot it. He's going to garrison inside and probably will pick off... Well, it depends if he focus fires on the weak horseman, but inside instead he's just... Oh, he does actually in the end. I don't think he gets it. Only 2 HP, but that will go down pretty quickly to any villager that decides to attack it. Nice round the back. This is a problem for Beastyqt. Charge comes on through, and he's not reacting quick enough. Oh no, he's going to lose a couple more villagers. Archers on the back as well, picking them off. He's lost 10 villagers so far here, Beastyqt. He's not been able to kill a single villager for Louis just yet. Horseman diving on in, but it feels like actually loueMT might have enough here. I think Beastyqt has to retreat, losing the Camel Archers, which is huge. If he loses all his Camel Archers, the Knights become even more dangerous for the Rus. The horseman having to back away, but there's so much food on offer here for the Rus to get from the deer camp. That's what's keeping the economy sustaining. He will lose that outpost, and this is a problem for Beastyqt because he's going to start losing his production buildings if siege engineering is coming in now for the Rus, and that's going to be bad. He's got enough wood for a ram as well as soon as that technology comes on in. Beastyqt having to migrate to the west side, and it means more wood spent on outposts and static defenses. He's going to have to protect this location with his life if he wants to stay in the game. There is deer camp he's being able to get now access to. Going to get wheelbarrow now as well. You can see all these economic upgrades in for the Rus. It's so powerful. First ram being built, and it may not seem like a lot losing these production buildings, but you know, it builds up, it adds over time. They're expensive. It's wood that could always be used for other things, but instead he's going to have to replace those production buildings. Before too long, that second town centre might be under pressure. Huge amounts of aggression coming from the Rus, and I guess this is a way to potentially deny the Abbasids doing what they want to do, which is multiple town centre booming. Now, arrow slits in terms of these outposts will be really powerful to help defend. But the death ball of army is starting to build up. Look at that, 35 military units for the Rus. That's a lot of archers as well. And he's still picking off villagers, 12 killed so far. Oh, he's getting so much damage. Beastyqt's not reacting to it. I'm not sure why he is reacting to it now, but it feels too little too late. It's because of the multiple pronged attack from Louis. Attacking from the south and the north at the same time. And to solidify that position, he gets yet another wooden fortress. He's going to get access to the berries as well, mopping up all the food on the map. Beastyqt's just trying to gather any resource he can. He's going for a lot on gold. Probably needs to drop a market to rebalance the economy, but he needs to gather whatever he can, really. He somehow has to hold this push. Looks like loueMT might be saving up for another ram potentially here. Beastyqt not looking to engage just yet. Trying to leverage the benefit of having extra villagers as much as possible. But he doesn't have that many more, only 6 more actually as it happens. 2 stables at home, constantly pumping out knights, and the production is it's kind of crazy here for Louis. Getting access to feudal-age knights is really strong as well. There's a second ram popping out. Yeah, here we go. There are the new production buildings for Beastyqt. Having to invest the little wood that he has on that. a good few knights here, but they will be taken down in the end by the surround from the horsemen. But again, the push coming in from the north is where it's hurting Beasty massively. We'll start focusing on the town centre now. It'll be pretty quick to go down. There's no villagers garrisoned inside the town centre either, so static defence not really working for him. Triple outpost though on the deer camp and near the wood line. That'll take time for the Rus to push on through that position, but look at that. The archer's just walking on through. He doesn't even care at this point. And bear in mind, landmark victory is always an option because all the landmarks are in one spot here for the Abbasids. Another wooden fortress. That's a get out of my game wooden fortress if I've ever seen one. Right in front of the town centre. Speaking of town centres, Beasty loses his second. And now, this is where it becomes tricky, right? Because he's got, what, like a 5 villager lead? That's as much as it's ever going to be now in this match, you feel, because that second town centre has gone down. The primary town centre will go down pretty soon as well, I imagine. Beasty has one final push as well, with an army maybe. But he's up against a 47 military unit number. That's devastating. And he's going to get yet another wooden fortress. Trying to garrison villages inside the town centre potentially here, maybe for some repairs as well. He's going to take the fight potentially. Beasty, here he goes. It feels like it's going to be the final fight of the match maybe. Beasty has to find a way to make this work. He's got Camelanese, so those knights aren't going to be dishing out as much damage, but I mean, horsemen versus knights, there is only one winner. There's a good number of archers as well. The camel archers have gone. That means the knights are even more powerful now. Wooden fortress, garrison with 8 villages. He's got 13 units inside the town centre, which will help, but it probably won't be enough, and this is not looking good for Beasty at all. This is the final fight. Here comes the ram. I mean, the villagers tried to torch it down, but didn't even get it in the end. And Beasty has to tap out. It was a cracking game of Age of Empires. It's a wooden fortress rush. We haven't seen it in a long time, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next one.